What is up, internet? It's your boy Tinku, and today we're gonna be talking about an anime of the season. And because it's in its third season, we're just gonna kind of go over it. But it's a really good anime. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're gonna be talking about Dungeon ni Dai wo Motodoru no wa Mishigareturu Daruka, and it's a long one, but basically in English is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? And it's more well known as Denmarchy, so I'll probably just refer to it as Denmarchy because that's what everybody calls it. So, basically in this world, the Greek gods have descended on this world because they fell in love with it, and they develop families. And basically, the Greek god is the head of the family, and then their children, they call them, go and they explore this dungeon that's in town to defeat monsters, to raise the prestige of the family, to raise the level of the adventurers and stuff. And it's a pretty interesting concept. They all live like kind of in this one town, and there's this big old dungeon in the middle of this one town, and they all go. And the deeper they go, the stronger the monsters, the more money they get. When they kill a monster, they turn into this little crystal. Then they sell the crystal to the guild and get money, and therefore increase their family's rep and all that good stuff. But it revolves around our main character named Bell Carno. And Bell is a rookie, level 1. He is the only member of the Hestia family, and so he is the goddess Hestia, which is a very low level god, and he is her only member. She's madly in love with him, and so it's very obvious from the very beginning. But he almost dies in the dungeon in the very first episode, and he's saved by Ice. And Ice is part of Loki's family, if I'm not mistaken, and he falls in love with her instantly because she just saves him. She's so cool. She's very emotionless though. I'm not really a big fan of her as a character because she's just straight emotionless. She shows no emotion. And so he decides that he wants to get stronger so he can be worthy of her. And so Hestia does like a lot of stuff. She goes to some goddess friends of hers and gets indebted to get Belle this knife, and this knife is special. There's a lot of plot points that revolve around this knife, but it's like the unbreakable, like special engraving, powered knife, all this stuff. But there's a lot of plot points around the whole thing revolves around the Hestia family and Belle. And so Belle going in the dungeon, him recruiting members to the family prestige rising, as Belle becomes known as the best rookie or something, or special rookie, the White Rabbit, I guess they call him as a nickname. And so people getting drawn to him, getting drawn to the family, him building the family with Hestia's obvious love for him. I like the way they go with it too, because they kind of tailor off his fascination with Ice a little bit as he starts recruiting people and getting surrounded by more and more people. I really like it. But with the interesting part of it's all the families. There's Hermes, there's Loki, there's so many. I don't want to name them all, but there's a lot of Greek gods, and they all have families, and they all do different things. Like one of the gods runs like the blacksmithing stuff, makes all the weapons. One of the gods actually runs the Adventurers Guild, and so there's a lot of different arcs in it, about them going up against other families, raising their prestige, Belle trying to protect Hestia, stuff that goes on in the dungeon, especially this season, like, is really interesting because you find out there's like some talking monsters, and there's a whole thing around these monsters that can talk. It's really, really good, so I definitely recommend you watch it. If you haven't seen it from season 1, I recommend definitely going back to season 1 and watching it all the way till now, which is season 3. They have a spin-off that looks like about Ice called Sword of Ortaria, I think it is. You could skip that because I watched like 3 episodes of that and I was like, I'm good. I'm not gonna bother with that. But the name is misleading because it's called "Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?" But there's nothing around picking up girls in a dungeon. It's a straight adventure thing about these Greek gods, their families revolving around Baracarnal and the Hestia family, and their rise to prominence, and his rise to prominence, him getting stronger, him being like this best guy. You find out something about him too that's really interesting. It's really good, that like who his grandfather is, and it's really awesome when you find this stuff out. So I would give it a watch, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. You can always hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And thanks for watching the videos, guys. Subbing, if you're subbing, appreciate it. If you do, sub now if you haven't subbed yet. And just remember, if you can't trust the random fat guy you met on the internet, then who can you trust? And everybody have an awesome, awesome day.